Barak Howard, Barak Yahweh Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash. That belongs to the apostles. So there we go. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You brothers that sincerely do this thing in truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman, and this week's topic is going to be entitled, "The Land of Israel is Set for Great Judgment." Yesterday I did a little show entitled "America is Babylon." You know, where does America fit in the Bible? Where does America fit in prophecy? It was just an transit show like this, and this is a pre-show to the actual show. So the actual show I'm gonna do with the brother Jonathan. Gonna bring out some scriptures, but you know, these in transit shows, just go in the spirit. You know, do what you know. And scriptures that come to the top of your mind, you quote them, or you know, sometimes you can do it verbatim. And not only does America is going to be set for great future judgment, but so does the land of Israel. All right, the land of Israel, pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, Ezekiel 28th chapter has to be set also for great future judgment, or it could be Ezekiel 38. The land of Israel right now is inhabited by Edomites, all right, Khazarian Jews. For more information on that, you can just look up a book called The 13 Tribes, okay? Khazars. They're Ottoman Turks converted, all right, to Judaism, what they call Judaism, which is the practice of our law, statutes, and commandments, all right, during a time where there was war between the Muslims and the Christians. And instead of opting for that particular set of religion, they opted for another, which is what they call Judaism today. And they're not the first to do it. All right, there's also the history between the Samaritans, who also did the same thing, which the Samaritans were a bunch of heathenistic Hamite nations that when the kings of Assyria would deport nations that were revolted from land, these Hamites were deported into the land of Israel and had to keep our laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, hence there was a hatred between the real Jews, okay, Negroes, Latinos, the Negroes and Levites and Benjamites back in the ancient world, and the Samaritans, okay. With that said, the same thing is being done today. You have another group of heathenistic people that have adopted our customs, all right, and our practices, and are calling themselves the Jews, man. All right. Well, when you read scriptures like Revelations the 2nd chapter, all right, Revelations the 3rd chapter, you find out that they're blaspheming. All right. The scripture says, "I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not." All right. The scriptures also say, "I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jews and do lie." All right. That's talking about. All right. Now, contextually speaking, yes, there was actual Jakes back then that the Lord was talking about, but prophetically speaking, you Edomites fit the bill, man, all right, because you're calling yourself Jews, yet you have things like kosher pork, kosher cigarettes, all right, things that defile the temple, and you don't fit none of the prophecies concerning the Jew, all right, in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, any of the prophecies, any of the spirits of the, there's a certain spirit when you read the scriptures, there's a certain spirit of a Jew, a certain vibration of King Solomon, David, that you so-called Jews don't fit, man. First of all, the so-called white race, and I'm saying so-called because you're commonly called white. White represents purity, but really you're red. Edom, all right? Your blood shows throughout your skin, right? You have translucent, so you're really Edomites, all right? Esau, Ishasha, wasted away his seed. What was wasted away his pigmentation. So you don't fit Jeremiah 18:2, where it says the gates there of language, and they're black onto the ground, which the Hebrew word there is kodara, which means dark skin. You don't fit those things, man. All right, you don't have integrity, okay, and you can't go through shit. All right, hey man, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they could go through all types of oppression, but they won't kill themselves. A rich Edomite, as soon as the light go out, they're jumping, swan diving out the window. So there's certain characteristics of an Edomite, all right, and there's certain characteristics of an Israelite. That's found in the book of Romans 8th verse. The spirit and the self bear witness. Spirit, Revelations 19:10, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecies. So the prophecies fit us, man. All right, it fits the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as the true biblical Israelites, man. And primarily dealing with the Jews. All right, these are the Negroes, Benjamites, and Levites. All right, because during the Babylonian captivity, they didn't distinguish us by tribes. They just call us all Judean, or all Judah. Just say Jews for short, man. All right. So they didn't distinguish us. So technically speaking, it was a bit of a byword, man. All right. You know. But going back to the topic of the show, guess what? You motherfuckers out there can stay in the land of Israel because that land is defiled. All right. The true people are not in that land right now. Still out there. The true people are not in that land right now, man. All right. Oh man, the fuck. The true people are not in that land right now, man. Still out there. The true people are not in that land right now. All right. Henceforth, when this Third World War happens, which I spoke about in the previous lesson in transit, all right, Israel is going to also get bombarded by tons of missiles, man. Tons of missiles, man. All right? And there's a lot of tension right now being built up in the land of, in that particular land right now, man. There's a lot of tension being brewed up. Okay? Because you so-called Jews are pissing off these other Middle Eastern countries, man. That's why the scripture says the least of the flock shall draw them out. You gutter rats. Okay? You're well hated in the Middle East, man. All right? Yeah, you well hated across the whole world. Because you so-called Jews, you run the world. Salakia. You so-called Jews, you rich banking families, you run the world, man. All right, the Rothschilds, okay, the Oppenheimer, the DuPonts. You're not going through any type of poverty. All right, you're running the world and you're running it in wickedness and deceit. And pursuant to the book of Isaiah 47, nations are waking up to you. You have this guy a few years ago, Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran. He was outing all you so-called white people, man. All right? And the least of the flock is drawing these nations out. All right? Which are you gutter rats over there in the land of Israel, man. So when this Third World War happened, guess what? The land of Israel is going to be decimated, man. And rightfully so, man. It has to get purified because you got gay pride, Tel Aviv over there, all right? The real Jews aren't over there. There's constant wars. All right, and the reason there's constant wars is because you're not keeping the law, statute, and commandments in that land. All right, if you keep the law, statute, and commandments in the land, the Most High bless the lands. But if you don't, He sends a whole bunch of plague on the land. That's how come that land is constantly being attacked, man. It's constantly being plagued. Okay? The Most High didn't bring you so-called Jews in that land. The Balfour Declaration did, man. All right? And first of all, if you were truly restored in that land and fulfilled the prophecy, there wouldn't be any wars over there anymore. So that right there is telltale signs that what? You're not the real people of the Most High, man. Okay? You're blasphemous heathens. That's what you are. That's how when the Most High utterly destroys that land, like America, it's gonna be rejuvenated, man. All right? But unlike America, the land of Israel is gonna have to be rebuilt. And we ain't gonna lift a finger to do it when I say that, man. We're gonna have slaves doing that. Primarily, starting with you Edomites and you other nations. You're gonna be built, man. Listen, these trees gotta get paved with gold, man. So y'all gonna have to figure out how to get that shit popping, man. All right? Because listen, we build up Egypt for 400 years. We build up Babylon. We build up Assyria. We build up all these different empires. I'm talking about the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all these different captivities. We was the one that made those empires great, man. Look up Alexandria, Egypt, man. Why was that great? Because 70% of the population were Jews, man. All right? Told him he ain't really do shit, man. It was us that's building up these empires, man. All right? Rome itself, too. Okay? Because you have something called the Holy Roman Empire. All Jake Caesars, man. We're the ones that build up these different kingdoms, man. Why do you think America is running today? It's because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is buying everything, working all the jobs. We're the ones that keep these top empires afloat. All right? Yet we're on the bottom. So there's going to be a complete role reversal in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? That's why when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it says that I've seen servants upon horses and the rich sitting in no places, man. And you have that statue over there by the that museum in Central Park of Theodore Roosevelt on a horse, and he has a Negro on his right, and a so-called Negro on his right, and a so-called Indian on his left, man. All right, which represents the South and the Northern Kingdoms, man, being servants, all right, to goddamn Edomites, Okay? Well, it also says in the book of Proverbs, there's 4 things that the earth is disquieted for. Or when you look up disquieted, it means shaken for. And one of those things is when a servant bear rule. So the earth is fucked up because you have a servant ruling, man. All right, you nations are pretty much slaves on the loose. Okay, so when Yahushua come back and just bring utter destruction upon this fucking place, okay, our kingdom is gonna be established, man, as an everlasting dominion. Primarily Yahushua kingdom. The reason I'm saying ours is because we're gonna be joint heirs with him, but it's really his kingdom. Okay, that's when the land of Israel is gonna truly be blessed. But for now, just like America, it's set for future judgment, man, according to the Bible. It's going to be utterly fucked up, all right, but brought back. America is not going to be brought back, all right? This is going to be a monument of what not to fucking do. Of how a wicked kingdom, the judgment for a wicked kingdom, man, all right? Hey, so with that quick transit show to the actual show, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Hashem, Rakah Kodash. And double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I wish you well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You brothers that sincerely do this thing in truth and sincerity. Shalom.